Okay. Sorry about that. It's just that kind of day. McAfee, the security, decided to reboot and shut all my cameras off. So, hi, Chris. Hi, Heath. Yeah, it's on, Heath. My McAfee security, which I didn't even renew, but renewed itself, decided to run a security scan, and it shut all my cameras off while it was doing the security scan. McAfee is it's all now owned with Microsoft and it's like you automatically get it when you get Microsoft Office, and it's a freaking virus. It takes over your computer and says, "Oh, we're gonna do this now. Fuck you." Pardon the language, but that's what it does. Hi, Chris. Hi, Heath. Hey, Leslie. Hopefully everybody's slowly. Jean Ricard, welcome back in. Hi, Greg. Good morning to you. Hope you're feeling well today. Yeah, so my internet security decided to run a security check, which means it shuts down all my cameras to make sure nothing. It was, yeah. Yes, I keep trying to uninstall McAfee, and it just reinstalls itself. I try to shut it off. It's like OneDrive. I have gone in on OneDrive and shut OneDrive off because it has screwed up Joyce's computer, because Joyce is on the same house Wi-Fi, and we all have the same security, and we all use the same Microsoft program. And OneDrive just automatically changes her computer to mine, and it adds all her stuff to mine. And there's stuff she wants just on her computer, but now when she goes to log in, it's me on the security and not her. Hey, Paul, how are you? Hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. So sorry about that all. Yeah, it's protecting me against Dr. Zayas. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I really, I am in a very frazzled mood today. We had 2 riots at my school today. I really want to quit. I want to change my retirement and be done today. It is just ridiculous. And I don't know if when we go on Christmas break, they're just going to tell us stay home and we'll teach the kids, because our kids are out of control. And it's never been like this. And we had a school shooting, another school shooting, but it doesn't even make the news because, school shootings, it's just part of being America. Welcome to America. We love America. We're the greatest. And we go on. So, but I'll be getting into a political ramble there. Because I am split down the middle. I am a gun rights activist, but I'm also a bleeding heart liberal, so let's just get out of the way. So I'm also a gun control advocate, and apparently in this country you can't be both. You can't be a gun rights and a gun control advocate. You have to be one or the other, at least according to the NRA, which my father was a member of for many years until he quit because he decided they were more political than cared about hunting. Hello, Joseph Agliato. So I may have just chased off a few. Hi, Tim JD, everybody coming in. As everybody's coming back. Andy Ambrose, how great to see you again. I'm sorry work and life has been so crazy. And, but it's nice to see you back on the streams and everywhere again. Welcome, Sylvan. How nice to have you. So yeah, I'm in a very frazzled and whatever mood, and then I come home, I get everything set up, and just as I start streaming, McAfee takes over my screen and says, "We're running a security diagnostic, blah, blah, blah," and all my cameras just went boop, 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 boop. I just heard them all shutting off, and then I was looking at this one, because the stuff I uploaded, the videos were working, anything I uploaded. So you guys were watching Joy sing. That was hi, Bear Lane. How are you? Well, no, the school shooting wasn't my school. It happened in about an hour and a half north of here. Um, but in America, it's just another school shooting. Why should we care? My school, we are having, it's our ninth levels, our ninth graders. It's not the rest of the school. It is our ninth graders who have basically had 2 years not being in a school building. And their hormones are out of control. And they haven't been in a school building in 2 years until this year. And they don't know, apparently they forgot how to behave in school. Because now that they're back in buildings again, they're nuts. Our ninth graders are just absolutely insane. They are brawling, they are fighting, gang fighting, but not street gangs. Just me and my buddies are going to take, and it's mostly girls, but today was guys. But, so no, I don't have any of that. Like you said, we have not had school shootings. We've had a gun in our school, actually 2 guns in our school this year. One was a kid, forgot it was there. The other one supposedly forgot it was there, but it happened to be an all plastic gun that can get through security. And the other one was a kid grabbed the wrong gym bag, and it was Dad's gun. Hey, how are you? But today it was just one fight broke out, and the problem is right now, the way American culture is, a fight breaks out, and everybody goes running with their cameras on because they want to put it on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. They just go running. You know, we got a video. So they go, and the kids text each other, big fight in the hallway. And everybody will run out of the classroom. The teacher's like, stop. And the kids, we're going. They're nuts. It's entertainment. We want to get, who's going to be the first one to get this on and who's going to get the most likes. It's America. I mean, I'm sorry, people, but there are times where it's like, flatline this country and start over because it's just out of control. It's not rich, it's not poor, it's not white, it's not black, it's not country, it's not city, it's everywhere. We are nuts, and because we're an isolated country, we don't realize how nuts we are. And I probably just lost 10 more subscriptions with that one. Oh well, I was getting close to 1,000. Hey, Eagle Creek Yard, how are you? So anyhow, yeah, let's go to train. So I wanted to start the stream off nice and happy. I had Joyce. That is an outtake. Joyce was not here. That was a video. See, if I pull it up, she will instantly show up again. Yeah, see, there's okay. Joyce. You mark a second. Rocking away. And now Joyce is gone. Sorry, guys. So, hey, Tom Couples, how are you? So anyhow, my apologies for the quick rant. Unfortunately, I just got home. I was running late. I had to attend a meeting where a kid was being expelled, and Dodger is only a mainstream teacher, so you have to be there. Okay. I came running home. I got this all set up, and then my virus protection software, my McAfee, decided to do an internet security check and shut all my cameras down. So the last thing I want you guys to do is come here and look for fun and have me going nuts on it. But anyhow, so yeah, the big news is we have begun putting the show together. We have a Christmas special. Some people think was that little bit I put up was announcement for Series 2. No, this is a looks like it's gonna be somewhere between 50 minutes to an hour, and that's what I wanted to ask your guys' opinion about, advice about. So yeah, you get there. Well, hello, Hugo, welcome. And Nissy is here, I see. Hi, Nissy. Figures, everybody comes in and catches me on a negative rant instead of, but I'm sorry, it just, it's just happening as I get here. I could have delayed and caught my breath, waited half an hour. I now declare you Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Because I got happier things to talk about. So Berlin Stephen Price, if I did say hi, hi. Till we get the trades. Thanks, Jean Ricard. I appreciate your support. It's nice to know that friends around the world are there to support me and appreciate me and understand me. Especially those crazy Danes. Hey, Andrew Turnage, how are you? Who's put up some cool stuff this week? Hey, Hardcore, how are you? But anyhow, it's going to be about an hour-long special. It's a Christmas special. All the audio is done. It's just now putting it together. Just to give you an example of how crazy it's going, I spent 5 hours last night working on the main scene, the middle. It's the middle of the story, but it's the climax. Everybody always thinks the climax is the end of the story. The climax is when the plot is completely revealed, and then you work to solve the plot. And it's got a lot of new tricks in it, some new stuff I'm working with. But to do 5 minutes of this video took me 4 hours of editing. To do 5 minutes of that episode was 4 hours of editing last night. It was taking forever. Now, granted, I was distracted and other things were happening. I was moving slow, but I'm adding and layering, and I'm doing some new things. I'm doing a lot of green screen tricks, and but I'm very thrilled with what we've got done so far. That little outtake with Joy singing. Didn't want to show that yet. That little bit with Joy singing, that is an outtake. That was her singing Silent Night, but she's singing at warp speed. I don't know if anybody noticed, but she was singing it really fast. And but she was doing it a cappella. She was not singing accompanying to music. Not for me, Heath. Not for me. 20 minutes a minute is about, for my my, not even that. Yeah, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes a minute for the stuff I did with Matt Clark. So it is called Christmas at Big Gulch. And there is a bit where Lil McGill is singing, and she's singing Silent Night. And so very, very excited for all that. Very excited to have that going on. And so yeah, it's a very interwoven scene. There's a lot of sound effects being thrown in, all kinds of crazy stuff. But like I said, the show's going to be an hour. So what I wanted to do before I start the trains here was, originally I planned on just like a 10-minute bit, and I was going to throw it on a live stream, like next week's live stream or the following live stream. But then quickly I realized it was going to be at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And now it looks like it's all done. It's just how long everything fits in, because there are little pauses I have to add in. Blah, blah. So it looks like it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour long. So the question is, I'm not going to do it necessarily as part of a live stream. That would be a big interruption. So should I do it as a premiere and you guys come in and watch it while we all chat and watch it? You know, should I do it live, or should I just load it up? I mean, I'll load it up. It'll be there in the long run anyhow. But what do you guys think? I'll look down in the chat here in a minute. What do you guys think? Would you like to could you watch a 45, 50-minute movie of Matt Clark live in person? Or should I just load it up as a regular show or video and you guys watch it at will? I mean, I may just load it, go ahead and go live anyhow. This will not be on the 25th. I will do this like on a Thursday or a Friday. My goal is next week, that it will be completely edited and ready to go next week. Hi, Lynn, how are you? Hi, Cayenne Opa! Hey, Cayenne Opa! Oh, that's cool, Andy. Ambrose, just to make sure we get the right Andy there. Lynn, you can set the premiere, you can set the time. So I can set the premiere to be Thursday at such and such, to do it as a live stream. So, but it would not be, well, I mean, I might do it in place of one of my Friday live streams. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I could do it on here as part of the live stream. If I have it done, I may just it'll be either part of the live stream next week then. So a lot of you said you could watch it live and we chat while we're going. I'm very enthused with it. Um, there's new characters. It's a short bit. It takes place after the last episode, but it's got a couple of little seeds that will explain some things in series 2, which I'm working on. Hey, Digger Evans is here. Hi there, Digger. So I guess based on the feedback, yeah, because once you upload it as a premiere in live chat, it will still be there that people can go back and watch it later. Somebody's going to come in and go, oh, I got to leave. I'll just watch the rest later. But in some ways, I love the feedback, the immediate feedback. If people hear a joke and they start typing, laughing out loud, rolling on the floor, laughing, that's how I feel about it. Okay. Otherwise, nothing new. I don't have any new songs. Joyce has been ridiculously busy. I was able over the weekend, I think it was Sunday, I got her down here for like 3 hours and she recorded all her lines. Maybe it was Saturday. Maybe it was Saturday because I was working on it Sunday, right? So Saturday night, I got her down here for 2 or 3 hours and did all her lines. And at the end, she was singing Silent Night because that's a song that Lil McGill will sing in the show. I just got done editing that scene yesterday, which is about midway through. So we're very excited, and I will try to show some just random clips here. I've got scenes. I've got the opening scenes. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. Joyce didn't want me to do it, but I want feedback. So some of you saw part of it, but I'm going to play the whole opening bit. So bear with me. Watch away.
Schmoker, it is almost Christmas. Have you decided what you want this year?
No.
We just want to make you happy, son.
Sure. I just can't think of anything right.
All right, that is your brief sneak peek for now. That is the brief sneak peek for now. So let's get some trains running here. And we have running today all my top 3 high speeds, my 3 favorite high speeds. We got the Austrian Railjet. We got the ICE-3 back up after resting last week. And yes, the ICE-4 is still running on the layout. Hey, Luma, welcome back. David Cook, how are you? Anybody else I did say hi to? Hello. So those are the big 3 running the outer loops. Over on the short side. Over on this side, we have running. Well, you can't see any of them. Coming up over here, we got the little Nordwestbahn diesel DMU right here. There you go. We're running the Alex. And then I've got the freighter still running. The Beatles train is a favorite. Unfortunately, it's 2-rail, and I can't run it on my system. I haven't got it converted yet. I'm still waiting for other things to come in before I send that out. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my ICEs. There's hope they'll be here next week. Last week he said he would try to get them out Tuesday this week, but I haven't heard from Andrew, and I would have to pay a bill yet, and Lord knows what that bill is going to be. Jean Ricard, the names are on the same picture. Their names are both on the picture and over on the side. When we tested it on our television and computer screens, they read very nicely. So that's everybody running. Sorry about that, Ave. It wasn't my choice to reboot. My McAfee security, internet security system decided it was going to do a diagnostic check and shut all my cameras down. I was online. It shut my online down, or my cameras down, because it doesn't want them running while it does a check. So I had to stop it. Hey, welcome, Jerry the Caledonian. Hey, Somerset Andy. So a lot of, yeah, the container trade is still going. Let's do the 11 lanes bit here. There goes the ICE-3, the Railjet coming in. And yes, I got a freight container going. I was just showing a bit of cartoon there, Paul. I want to adjust this camera real quick. This is such a crappy camera. I mentioned it last week. Hello, Rick and the RNL Railroad. Hello, Lee. And hi to Jackie if she's there in the background. Hey, John Dawson. Artie, how are you? Good to have you here. Yeah, it might be a loose wire in the camera. The box had been a little beat up, but the camera inside looked okay. But it was just real cheap, chintzy. It's basically it is a generic version of this one. The casing and everything is identical, but this is a beautiful picture here. This is just a gorgeous image that comes out of this camera. Now that's a 4K camera, but I don't have it running at 4K power. But it is quite a beautiful, beautiful. It is broadcasting at 1080. But at 1080, it is a very clear picture because it's a 4K camera. So even downscaled to 1080, it's just a really nice image. Yeah, so it's a good angle, but yeah, it's a crappy camera, and I just think it was just built cheap or got damaged in the shipping. It was $24.95 or whatever. So for me, that wasn't, sometimes I spend more money, just on junk. So it wasn't a total loss. But yep, we are still running that IC4. I was half expecting. But I really am expecting it next week to get notification that the expansion sets for my IC4 will be available. I'm expecting that next week. I haven't been told. I haven't seen anything online to suggest differently. I'm expecting, because that would be almost a month since the ICE 4 was released. The Roadrunner and some Acme products. Well, I do have one Acme product. So we got that covered. But I guess I'd have to get the Who going. I'm a road runner, baby! Sorry about that. But, yeah, so... Huh. Yeah, it works. Leave it at that angle. That's pretty cool. No, I definitely, after all the issues, genre card, I definitely don't have expectations. And it's, hey, Randall Ellison, how are you, sir? Did they change it on me, Luma? Let me double check this now. Yeah. Okay, yep, you're right. They just changed it. So, apparently that'll be January. Ah, well. So I won't have them anytime soon. Well, that allows me to change up a couple of things. The single car is still expected? That's interesting. Okay. Because they want you to buy, what is it? 4 of the single car. They want you to buy 4 of them. Hey, Damien, you're watching from an airport. You're on a flight to Munich. Lucky you. Yeah, Paul, only one box. I only have one Acme train. And I can't run it on my layout because it's a DC and I want to get it converted to AC, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So have a safe flight, but lucky you, I'm jealous. I would love to be on a plane to Munich. Although Bavaria canceled all the Christmas markets. Bavaria canceled all the Christmas markets. Last I checked, Frankfurt was still doing theirs. Dresden and some of the northern cities were, but the state of Bavaria canceled all their Christmas markets. Well, hi, Carl. Greetings to you over in Dublin. Hi, the guy that's repairing the one, upgrading the other, and he's had them since March. He has had them since March, but apparently he's been overloaded in COVID and yada yada transportation, and he lives in California where they had all the bushfires, so he was out of his house for a while during the fires, and everything that could go wrong has gone wrong over there. We communicated right before last week's stream, and he said he would try to get them out this Tuesday. Which, since I haven't gotten a bill, he didn't get them out yet. Yeah, Luma, a friend of mine shared an email from another friend of his who used to run a train shop. And I feel like there was so much misinformation. This guy said, well, Germany's economy has gone in the tank because of all this blah, 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 and the COVID and blah, blah. And they can't get workers, and shipping and everything's just horrible. We're not going to get any of our deliveries, and everything's wrong over there. Germany's all messed up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm talking to Germans literally every day, and I'm not hearing any of this stuff, how the German economy is in shambles and they don't have enough workers to do the shipping. Everybody is limited. We understand that. But I felt like the guy was just projecting his American political views to everywhere else in the world. Because everything that I've been watching in the last 5 months in Germany has come in on time or early. Now, yes, they obviously just announced a delay for the 3-car set. But I'm assuming that's because there's so much coming at Christmas and they don't want to be competitive. And it's interesting because they are telling you to buy 4 of the single car. You're supposed to buy 4 of those single cars and then the 3-car set. And so, sometimes it's just tech problems as opposed to logistics problems. Well, hello, Northern Ohio Railroad Action. Welcome in. But, no, there are a couple of things that, like, one was listed to be out end of November, and it's not out yet, but it's normal to have a couple of weeks off, especially at this time of the year we're shipping. But all my stuff, the stuff I'm ordering from Germany, is coming in the usual 4 days. That ICE, I paid for it on Friday, and I had it Tuesday. I'm sorry, I paid for it Thursday, and I had it, they shipped it out on a Friday, and I had it Tuesday. So from Germany on Tuesday to my doorstep, or from Germany on Friday to my doorstep on Tuesday. I don't think there's a big shipping problem in Germany. Yeah, the Omicron virus. And again, everybody, we don't want to break into that because, again, especially in America, it becomes political. But, yes, it started in Africa and it has spread out. But, again, people were told if we didn't get the poor countries and didn't get them vaccinated, new viruses would develop. And since we can't get everybody vaccinated, new strains are evolving. And that probably got me 4 dislikes. My live stream last week got 3 dislikes. And I rewatched it to go, what did I say? I thought it was a relatively laid-back, fun Bit Friday. 3 dislikes. Wow. And then the ICE 4 upload had 2 dislikes. It's down to 1 now, but somebody gave my ICE 4 video a dislike. Okay, you hate the ICE 4, I'm sorry. So, yeah, before it breaks out, the thing is, I'm in contact with people from Germany all the time via Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and, not Twitter, I don't use Twitter, but, social media, email, and, I see the trains coming in, I see what's going, there were production issues, but it wasn't shipping issues. Production issues with the ICE4. That's why it was delayed a year and a half. Production issues. Actually, the dislike views, the views count as views, but the dislikes do factor negatively into your whole diagnostic with YouTube now. Some people say no, they don't, and other people, hey, I talked to a guy at YouTube, he says they don't. But yes, actually dislikes do. But now they hide it so you don't see the counts. I don't really worry about it, just sometimes I scratch my head. Because like if I watched and there were 4 dislikes on this video or 10 dislikes on this video after my rant to start and my little rant here, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I understand. People don't like me ranting or talking something pseudo-political. But, so I could understand that. But, you know, hopefully I can just say, hey everybody, look. Hey everybody, look. Whoops. Hey everybody, look.
Silent night, holy night.
And there, Joy singing Silent Night. That should put everybody in a good mood, a good Christmas mood. Hey, welcome, Berenice McCormick. Or do we have somebody who is coming in? Because that's like the 3rd different person who's come in and posted about certain tech. First it was VARW tech and then VARK tech. Means nothing to me. In the 80s and 90s, I considered myself a very tech-savvy person. I could take apart and fix DVDs and computers and that. Now, forget it. I'm behind. Hey, Chris, how are you? Yeah, that would, to be honest, that would be cool. If YouTube got rid of the dislike, that would be cool. Now again, the idea is the dislike is, you know, somebody's telling you they didn't like your content. But again, you know, here's the most interesting way to look at it. I put up a video of Joyce singing our last parody song. Okay? It's got 470 views last I checked. Or about. Alright, Joe singing, I still haven't found Trains I'm Looking For. Okay? It's got 470 likes. Or 470 views. It's got 31 likes. That means 440 people did not like it enough to click like. Okay? You don't need a thumbs down. That's 440 thumbs down. Okay? I don't want to say that to Joyce. She'll never sing another song for me again. Hi, we say it differently. We say Hanta is a pimp because he's got ho, ho, ho. Santa and his 3 hoes. But it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, I am thin-skinned enough that it depends on what gets a dislike. Like I said, depending on what gets a dislike. When I'm singing, if I get 5 dislikes, I deserve it. My singing's horrible. I'm more concerned about the 30 people who liked me singing that song, you know. But like if Joyce is singing and she gets a dislike, I get offended by that. I'm very defensive, you know. How dare somebody give my wife a thumbs down? You know, that Sir Galahad comes out. How dare you insult my wife? You can call me every name in the book and I'll just laugh it off. You insult Joyce or my kids and the fist will be in your face before you finish your sentence. Well, those weren't going to be, you know, hey, I'm growing the white beard again because I am Santa. I don't need some fat guy from the North Pole. I am Santa. Boom, boom. Oh, the dirty dad jokes are starting. Guys, I have loaded all kinds of dirty dad jokes into a Big Gulch Christmas. A Big Gulch Christmas. That's what it's called. Joyce has been very happy with what we've done. It was hard. I will tell you, it was hard to get the voices back. Oh my God, after not doing them for several months, other than as a joke now and then, some of the characters were so hard to bring back. As I listened to it, I'm like, I didn't quite get that voice right. My Matt Clark and my Mayor have started blending. Now, Smokey, you know, that's Matt Clark. Now, Smokey, you need to be doing this. He's got a little bit of Elvis in him. And then the Mayor, well, that's the sheriff. See, I went into the sheriff from the Mayor. My father was a sumbitch. His daddy was a sumbitch. And his daddy before him was a big sumbitch. You know, and it was really interesting trying to find those voices again. I could not find them. It was, wait a minute, that's not quite it. That's not quite it. Some are easy to get back to. Smokey was easy to get back to. Diesel Dan is easy to get back to. Ah, shucks. I like that one, Paul. Well, the problem is we had that, Andrew. We had everybody through that joke. Yep. As for an Action Man GI, he was the deserter. I like that one. Hey, Thomas at Split Rock, how are you? Did Donna Lott help? Well, she's done a lot. But she's always easy to get back to, although my voice is a little hoarse today. My voice is a pony. It's a little hoarse today, so it's a little harder to find the voice. Yeah, Mayor Sumbish is just the loudmouth Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky loudmouth. Why, my daddy, you know, you'd hear them at the old Kentucky Derby. Well, my father and his father before him and his father before him, why, my daddy owned the biggest stables in Kentucky. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. We know. Well, I've done a lot. We know. But in all honesty, that joke is kind of going to be buried because it was so used. With season 2, I don't want to just pull out the same old jokes again. It can't be the same jokes. Otherwise, it's just season 1 rehash. You got to move on to new jokes, new situations, new surprises. And what I really want to do is, I have not tried it literally in 25 years, but I used to do a decent James Mason, the British actor James Mason. And I want to do a character in a James Mason voice. So in the last couple of days, I've been listening to James Mason, and I can't do it yet. But when I was younger, I could do a James Mason. Well, that's the thing with that girl, I'm not there yet. I got to listen to more because I got to listen to the vowels, the inflections on certain consonants. That's how you do a voice. But when I was younger, I could do a James Mason, a pretty darn good James Mason. And I want one of my characters in season 2 to have a James Mason voice. So I have suddenly started working on James Mason. And that's the song, Sha-la-la-la-la. Ba-dum-bum, Paul. Oh, my goodness. We have gone downhill. But again, that's the thing. Joyce tells me all the time, Paul's on a roll, but he had asked for a biscuit. If I had the guts I have now, I'm a much braver person now than I was at 19 and 20. And by that, I mean to get up in front of an audience and speak. 36 years of teaching and getting a book published and going to book shows and having to give speeches and things like that, it brought it into me. But there's a part of me that really would like to go back to when I was 20-something and maybe take a stab at the comedy or even doing like being a voice actor. Because I have a lot of fun. Yes, Randall, I've seen it. I haven't seen it recently. But right now I'm just doing like James Mason interviews and things like that. I've even been watching James Mason doing Rommel. But the thing is, you don't just start doing it. You listen and listen and listen. And it's like, you know, when I did, the best way to do a character is, one, you got to listen to their voice. You got to listen, like to do an impersonation of an actor. You got to listen to their voice and just listen. Don't even try to do it in your head the first 100 times you listen. Just listen to 3 to 5 minutes straight of that person speaking. And then, if possible, you hope for it, they have a certain word or phrase. Like when I used to do my Ronald Reagan impersonations when I was younger, Ronald had a horrible habit of starting so much of what he said with the word, well, and you just worked on that. Well, and then that would get you into his voice. Well, we're going to bomb you, you know. And again, I haven't tried to do a Reagan voice in a long time, so it would take me a while to get back into it. But you start with that phrase. It's like when you're doing, for those of you who remember, well, right here, right now on our stage, you know, a really big show, you know, Ed Sullivan, you know, well, now you know, but bumped. Oh my God, they're just rolling out the bad puns here, the bad jokes. I didn't say I was the bravest man in the world, Artie. I just said I am braver now than I was. Getting in front. You know, there are people, maybe you're one, Artie, but maybe not. There are people that will brag about how they rode a motorcycle 150 miles an hour and did all this and did all this crazy stuff and jumped off a cliff. And you say, okay, go speak in front of these 50 people. And they can't. Well, there was this time I was, you know, you can film them talking to one person, but to be up there with a microphone on a podium in front of an audience, there's a lot of tough guys who can't do that. So bravery, there's all different kinds of bravery. But yeah, I have a healthy fear of poisonous critters. But my camping is not a fear of camping per se. It's not comfortable, and I have comfort levels I need required. But it's because I have had a dozen. Every time I've gone camping, something bad has happened. Every time I have gone camping, something bad has happened. I'm not talking, oh, we forgot toilet paper. No, I'm talking tornadoes. I'm talking massive monsoon thunderstorms. I'm talking bears. I'm talking horrifying things that made camping something I don't desire. What's that evil saying? Okay, we have a spammer visitor here. But, yeah, no bears. Just brown snakes and other poisonous snakes and a few poisonous spiders and dust storms and pissed off kangaroos. Yeah, Greg, I always say roughing it to me is a hotel without a jacuzzi or a hot tub. That's roughing it to me. Oh, all the bad jokes are going. I'll let you guys play them out. Hey, I have wolves and coyotes right down the street, and I'm in urban Toledo, Ohio. We have wolves and coyotes, now wild, in the city of Toledo. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Yeah, my cousin from Australia, Kenneth Clark Dodge, has called me and asked me where his hoppers are a few times. He wants me to send them back to Australia. I've been putting them off, telling them that we can't ship things to Australia right now, but he wants his hoppers back. I haven't had the heart to tell him they're dead. And if you're wondering why he isn't watching this live stream, he doesn't have internet in the Outback. And in fact, speaking of my cousin Kenneth Clark Dodge, nobody picked up on what I thought was the best joke in that whole bit. Okay, the whole bit was a joke. But when he introduced it, so I'm out here being a typical Australian braggart. The day I meet a humble Australian is the day I actually meet a humble Australian. Out here in God's country, but he's back there, he's got the railroad, the Australian rail line behind him. He's like, I'm out here with me, my little outdoor layout. I thought that line was funny. Chris is back, it's still awake. But where were you, Chris? If you are back, you went somewhere. Or is that your way of saying you fell asleep but just won't admit to it? I was in La La Land. Oh, let's play games. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Well, if it is a yellow brick road genre card, it's made out of sulfur and not gold. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You won't find me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow. Back to the Hollywood on the road. Back to my horny black toe. Oh, I finally found my future lies beyond. I wonder if I could make a train song out of that. Goodbye, double O gauge. Hello, Andrew at March West Junction. So Kenneth You know, it's Kenneth, but whenever I hear Australians, and I know there's regional accents and all that, but every time I've ever heard an Australian say Kenneth, it's Kenneth. And the one friend of mine who was from Australia back when I was in college, he said Kenneth. He had a cousin Kenneth back in Australia, Kenneth. Lord, did we give him grief. Hey, welcome Woodgate. You are late, was watching the 633 Squadron. Well, hopefully their mission was a success. Jean Ricard, here's the threat. Every time you give me grief about something, I'm singing just for you. That's the old joke, Groucho Marx. Last night I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got my pajamas, I'll never understand. Alright, there comes an ICE-4 through the station. Man, I think those lights are the nicest lights I've got in a train. The new ICE-4 lights, I have really grown to dig them. I have just loved those lights. And there goes the ICE-3 the other way. Oh, rats, I just missed the ICE-4. I'll try to catch it around next time. There he's coming up the back there. Come on, Railjet. Do I have an intermodal train running? I got all my ICEs running. Well, I've got two of them. I shouldn't say all of them. At least the two I have. There's an ICE-3 coming around with an ICE-4 going to be in the background behind it. Bon fait. Oh, I'll sing the blues, Jean Ricard, because you picking on me gives me the blues. Yeah, I'm in love with my ICE-4 right now. I just hope that doesn't jinx it. I'm loving my ICE-4. See, I love this view. It's just the camera sucks. Maybe I'll change out a camera. Richard is back again. Yeah, the trains don't stop. But then again, Thomas... Where is it? But Thomas, I want you to look at this very carefully. Now look here, Thomas. Look, the train is there, but nobody's getting on. The people aren't moving. So even when the train stops, nobody gets on. Now if you keep stopping and nobody gets on, you're probably just going to stop getting on, or stopping. You're going to stop stopping. See, watch this. He pulls away. He stopped. He waited. And yet they're all still standing there. So even when they do stop, nobody gets on. They just stand there. They just stand there. They don't move. I mean, look here. Look, there's deer. Now we know how freaked out and easily deer get. Look at this. Stick. A stick from the heavens. And the deer don't move. The deer aren't... Get out of the way, IC3. Look at this. The deer don't move. It's like they're all statues. It's like they're all statues. Hey, Gareth, how are you? And the train stops, and let's say the characters actually move. Guess what? The doors don't open. They can't get the fuck on anyhow. Sorry, kids. Daddy used a naughty word. It's a no-win situation. It's just a no-win situation, Thomas. I bet with your program train, you have a station at your amazingly beautiful layout. And if you don't know Split Rock, go check out his page. He's got a gorgeous layout, freighter and stuff like that. But maybe he's got a station there. I bet nobody gets on your trains either, even when it stops. Now, the scary part is some of my trains actually have people on them, and they never get off. It's like a purgatory. They get in and can't get out. Or is that a Roach Motel? I forget. Now that sounds cool. That's right, Leslie. Now, if only we could get people like Thomas to understand this. If Jean Ricard's not giving it to me from one side, Thomas is giving it to me from the other. I feel almost as picked on as Heath. In fact, that's why my website picks on Heath, just to make sure Heath is ahead of me in being picked on. Yeah, Evo, I was talking about that with some friends and in last week's channel. A few years ago, American released a DMU like the one I have over here. A Red Regiobahn, the diesel that I have. Let's see, what camera would be best to show them? I don't know. Anyhow, but it had a LED video screen that showed doors opening and closing, opening and closing. The problem is, within 2 years of buying it, of people purchasing it, the LEDs and the type of screen they used turned red. The image faded and had a pinkish reddish tint to it. So that was like, we'll try it, see how it goes. It didn't go well. Well, that would be interesting because A, the Black Mamba doesn't stop here, Thomas, and B, the Black Mamba got blown up 129 years ago. However, spoiler alert, Black Mamba jokes have not gone away. What do you call a train that does not stop at a station? Paul, you didn't answer your own question. Now, knowing Thomas, he'll probably do some with a little clear stick or something and have a couple of people go on, especially if you got passenger trains with doors open. Yeah, did Hovermotion have... Jim at Hovermotion, I think, had the Tricks version of the Maryland one, where it had the video with where it showed the doors opening and closing and people getting on and off. But to be honest, if you ever Googled that, I wish I could remember the model number off the top of my head. It was 37 something, I think. But yeah, there's 3 more numbers to go after the 37. But anyhow, the problem is it would show the people walking off, but as soon as they got to the door frame, they disappeared because they went right and they disappeared. So it's like they were stepping off into a black void of hell. Woodgate is apparently a joke. Oh. I'm always losing it, Chris. I don't lose it, I accrue it. The only thing I've lost is my life, or, well, yeah, that too. I've lost my hair. That's the only thing in life I've lost. Everything else I've gained. They would go on. In fact, I mentioned it last week, but you know who paid attention. I am custom making HO scale figures of my students. I've made some of my friends in Germany. Oh, the chairs fell out. So let's see if I can do this. I'm going to change cameras here for a second, so bear with me. So let's do this. And then I got to add a picture. Yeah, you can watch trains on the corners there and there. Add image. And now I just got to find this picture while I'm at it. Browse, doobie-doobie-doo, documents. Oh, don't do that. Don't act like a jerk. It's not in there. It's not in there. Sorry, guys. I'm searching for something. I have to leave this window up while I'm searching for it. I'm hoping it would be in here somewhere. Ah, well. Oh, well, I'm not going to find it just yet. But this is, it's hard to see. This is my friend Piotr and his currywurst shop. The shakes are hitting bad, sorry about that. This is my friend Piotr and it needs cleaned up. It's been in storage for a while because I haven't put it on the layout. But this is Piotr and his currywurst shop. But I was trying to find my picture where he has it. But I'll go back to the trains and try to find it here. So let's add image. Okay, I just want to see if I can find it. I know another way I could browse it, but I'd like to show the two pictures up at the same time. Oh, there it is. Yeah, here, I'm going to put this picture up and maybe you'll see it. You won't see it right now like that, no. This is my friend Piotr. So if you check this out, that is my friend Piotr and his curryverse shot, and that is my 100% handmade, crafted image of his curryverse shop and Piotr. So there's that. Hey, Ian, how are you? That's a good question, Split Rock. How many loops a day? So that is my little custom-made model of my friend Piotr, but I am making other people. On one of my on my IC3 here. I don't know if he's on this side. I want to check to see if he's on this side. Oh, I don't have his lights on. Duh. That might have helped. Well, now I'll have to look next time around. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of you hear me downgrading myself, and no, I mean, in all honesty, before the hands went, I was pretty damn good at scenery and terrain. Now, I never used static grass. Static grass would be a new thing for me because we didn't have static grass when I was modeling wargaming stuff 25 years ago. If we did, I couldn't afford it. So, let's see, I want to see if he's in here, but I got to wait for this guy to go past. Where is he? I think he's on the other side. Nope, there he is. Okay. I got to figure out what camera will be best for this, so bear with me. But there he is. Now, again, in fact, I'm going to stop everything just for a second. I hope this camera reaches. It's the only one that I think has a long enough cord. Bear with me. Sorry. And, yeah, come on, over here. Okay, is he right there? Oh, well, darn it. I can't show it to you because it's on stop. I have to have the lights lit up. Okay, so hopefully nobody will come through. Now, let me go to, yeah, the shakes are going to get really bad here. I apologize, everybody. Nexie goes solo, Nexie solo. There it is. All right. I don't know how well. Can you see there is a gentleman sitting right there reading a paper? Okay, yeah, that's the best I'm going to do. Probably should grab the 4K camera over. All right, that is a custom-made figure, and that's my friend Uli Rooker, my late friend Uli Rooker. Uli started the exchange program. with me. He was the German teacher at the school in Delmenhorst, and I was he was the English teacher at the school in Delmenhorst, and I was the German teacher. We're the ones who created this exchange program. Our two sister city delegations said, hey, we become sister cities. He was chosen at his school, and then they sent a delegation and visited all the German programs in the Toledo area, and they picked me. Why, I don't know, but I'm eternally grateful. And so we started communicating in 2002. In December of 2002, we started talking to each other. And we decided how we wanted to do this exchange program. Then we started in 2003. Uli was an amazingly gentle person. He and his wife Angelica, they never had kids, and I think the greatest sin in the world is she never got to have children. I never learned if it was just a decision to not have children, but whenever she was around my kids, it made her day. You know, the children she didn't have. My students too, but especially my kids because she got to know them. He was a great guy. A little bit different, but I love different. He died of cancer. He retired from the program in 2009, the exchange program, after 6 years of us working together. He retired from teaching and the program. And he developed cancer. And then it came back, and he died in 2013, August of 2013. It was right after we left. And he wouldn't even let us see him. He knew he was going, and we were like, can we go to the hospital and see him? And he's like, Angelica says, no, he doesn't want anybody to come and see him. And as much as you'd like to argue with that, you got to respect the wishes, right? And so he, I love the man, and I miss him to this day. We had amazing chats and discussions about Germany versus America, his preconceptions of America, my preconceptions of Germany. And so it sounds stupid, but to honor him, I made a figure of him sitting on a train reading a magazine, because that's what Uli did. Whenever we traveled, he had a map or a magazine or a book. He read in his house. If we weren't talking, he was sitting there quietly reading. So I have a figure of him reading on one of my trains. So he's always around me. Does that sound stupidly syrupy, pathetic? So whenever that IC3 runs, he's around me. Hey, Terry, how are you? Hey, Chris, welcome in. Sorry I was telling that story, but so I can and have made plenty of custom things. I'm very proud of my Delmenhorst custom station. If I were to show you my station of Delmenhorst and the actual Delmenhorst station, which I have done at times, I nailed it. Dead on. The canopies, the platforms, the speakers, the signs, the stairs, and it's a three-dimensional. It goes inside. You could take a camera and go inside of the Delmenhorst station, and the shops are exactly as they were in 2017. It is, I'm very proud of it. The problem is, it's very hard for me to do that work now, and you guys have heard me tell that story over and over. But you see me when I grab a camera. I'm trying to hold a camera. And now imagine trying to hold a paintbrush. Imagine trying to hold a soldering iron. Imagine trying to hold any tool. Well, he read German newspapers. You know, the Nordwest Zeitung was one, the Bremen and Delmenhorst Courier. He was an academic, okay? He was an academic. The best thing I could say is that if he hadn't apparently had, now, please, mom and dads, let's be careful here. If he hadn't had a strong sex drive to get married and have a wife, he would have been a Jesuit priest. That's what you need to know about him. Is he easily could have been a Jesuit priest, and he was Catholic. And he was a Catholic living in northern Germany, and very aware He was a Catholic in northern Germany, which is obviously mostly Protestant. So Uli's there. My friend Heinz, the other man. I mean, how do you explain this? Because I could choke up here. Everybody that I started the exchange program with, all the people on the German side and even several people on the American side, have all died of cancer within the last 8 years. Uli was the other teacher. The two people from Delmenhorst that were in charge of picking me, the mayor of Delmenhorst at the time and her husband, have both died of cancer. And they became very good friends. And I've made him, I just haven't finished them. I haven't coated them and done that. And I started making her. But I've also been making some of my favorite students. But it's like I need a special day when the nerves aren't so bad that I can paint. But everybody that was original to the exchange program. Now, there are other teachers, plenty still around, other people I worked with. But like the couple Joyce and I stayed with that were teachers at the school, and we lived with them. He died of a sudden heart attack, and he was a health nut. But Uli Rooker died of cancer. Heinz Groten, who was head of Sister Cities for Delmenhorst. And his wife, Anke van Wittgengroten, was the mayor of Delmenhorst. She died of cancer in 2014 while we were there. In fact, we had just hung out for a bit, and she was not looking good. And then we went to Dresden, and our first day at Dresden, when we arrived in Dresden, we went to eat. When we came back with our students from the restaurant, after taking the students to eat, it was pizza, so, don't let restaurants fool you. We got the call that she had died that morning. And we had just been with her 3 days earlier. And then Heinz died of a brain tumor in like the day after Christmas of 2019. But at least we got to see him in June of 2019 while he was in hospice and say goodbye to him. So, that's really been hard, is these people that in 2022, or I'm sorry, 2002, 20 years ago now, all these people that, outside of Joyce, had the, and I guess I should say my kids too, but people that I'm not blood related to, had the greatest impact on major events of my life. I would have never done the exchange program. I would have never gone to Germany. I would have never fallen in love with German trains. I would not have spent 20-some years teaching kids German like I have the last 20 years. I would have stayed an English teacher and blah, blah, blah. Or taught part-time German. And these people were like an atom bomb in my life. I had never traveled overseas, and then bam, within a year of meeting these people, I'm in Germany, and I'm running an exchange program. And then that radiates out. All these kids I took to Germany, how that's affected their lives. My own wife and kids, how it's impacted them. All right, hi, take care. I know it's getting late over there. So it's very, in a lot of ways, it's kind of tough to look back on that. And some of the students I took to Germany, I keep in touch with them, and I keep in touch with a lot of my students, but especially the ones I took to Germany, I keep in touch with a lot. And some of them have had hard lives since I took them to Germany. They were having hard lives when I took them to Germany. But, and they'll talk to me like Germany was the greatest event in their life. Going to Germany for 3 weeks with me was the greatest event in their life. And that actually makes me sad. I want it to be an awesome event, but I would hope that in that time, other greater events have happened. Hello, Mark at Donegal Dad, and hello, Kieran. Nice to have you here, sir. So it's so yeah, those people will one way or another be memorialized on my layout, but a lot of these students, um, you know, they all, I once put on Facebook, I said, all right guys, I'm going to build a bunch of you, who wants to be on, and I had 50 responses. I had 50 kids respond. Put me in, Mr. Dodge, put me in, Mr. Dodge, put me in. Can you make one of me? Can you make one of me? And I did a couple, and I've got them set aside, and I haven't gone back to making them because that's really when the nerve damage in the hands really started going crazy right after I was building the Fowler car system, because I built that station, and that really exacerbated the problem because I was building all this tiny micro stuff in it, and all that holding my arm still, and just the nerves went crazy. And the doctor put me on medicine recently to see if he could control the shakes. It's not working, which unfortunately isn't a shocker. I seem to have a natural resistance to most medicines. But so that's the thing. It's been a great experience the last 20 years. And of course, as you all know, my dearest best friend for 30 years, almost 30 years, 27 years. Dean had passed away this past summer. So I've lost everybody except Joyce and my kids in terms of I shouldn't say everybody, my friend John and my friend Deb, because it was Joyce, me, John, Deb, and Dean. We were a little we were a little group of quintuplets. We were a group of 5. You remember the Chinese political group, the Gang of 4? We were the Gang of 5. But it started with Dean, John, me, and then Dean, John, me, and Joyce. Because Joyce came along with everything, so, Joyce was originally just my wife, Joyce, but she started hanging in with our group as well, and they more than welcomed her, and then Deb joined in a couple of years later. Deb and Dean eventually married. That's how tight our group is Deb and John started as a couple, and they liked each other. It just didn't really go, but Deb and Dean hit it off and eventually got married, and were married for 20 wonderful years before he died. But that's how tight a group was. It never wrinkled, it never rattled a feather in the group. When John and Deb broke up, and then Deb turned right around and hooked up with Dean, that's how great this group was. There was no bitterness, nothing. We were just so tight as friends. All right, Leslie, you take care. Yeah, Jean Ricard, it is life. It is life. We're describing people come and go in our lives, but it's just because it's life doesn't make it easier. No one here gets out alive. We understand that, or at least I hope you understand that. And because of my personal views on certain aspects of life, it's much harder because this is all we have. And so when they're gone forever. And you've got memories, but memories are not the same thing. And maybe that doesn't make people happy. It's nice to have the memories. It's been awesome watching my kids grow up, but I still miss them when they were little. And you say, well, that's what grandkids are for. Yeah. Hey, Paul, take care. Speaking of which, where's Joyce? I expected her to be making her presence. Maybe she got tied up at work. Or did she? So yeah, it's past Joyce's time. So, but it is. And again, I have a persona here that is me. Okay, it's not a fake persona. But in real life, if you saw me at a pub or at a bar, first of all, you wouldn't because I don't go to those places. But I'm actually a very quiet and very aloof person. I'm not a snob or anything. I just don't go and commune well. I don't go, like if it's, like I can schmooze people. I had to learn to do this at book shows when my book was published and had to go and shake hands. How are you? But I often found that fake. When I'm sitting in a crowd of people, A, I don't like to be in a crowd of people, but B, I sit in a corner. I find a corner and sit and observe. I'm not somebody who's going to step up and go, hey, everybody, how are you? How are you? How are you? Nice to meet you. That's not me. So when I do make a friend, it's because there are several layers of defenses you get through. You know, I'm talking to a camera, which is why I can talk so much. It's like talking to my students. I can talk in front of my students. But if we were at a function, actually I'd be sitting in a corner quiet, and you'd like, who's that dude? I don't know. Hey, Mike McCarville, how are you? Hey, Andy T, how are you? And, you know, and there's a million philosophers we can quote about all these things, but the fact is, the philosophers didn't have any more of a view than we don't have in our daily lives. They just wrote them down, and somebody said, hey, I dig that. And you find the philosophies that work for you to some degree. But, you know, we're all on the same journey, if you want to put it that way. We're all on the same journey, but we are taking different cars. We're all in our own individual cars, and sometimes you have a partner in your car for a while. Excuse me, the lumberjack is here. I'm sorry, the lumberjack is here. I guess we got some more trees to take down. She's a lumberjack and she's okay. She sleeps all night and she works all day. She wears women's clothing and she hangs around bars just like her dear mama.
Oh, I thought you were so good.
Oh, Bevel, and I thought you were so butch.
Holy cow, you really are lumberjacking it today. Damn.
Apparently flannel's really in though.
Apparently. Did you wear that to work?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It was flannel day.
It was flannel day.
Yes.
Well, here, catch up with your crowd. Let's get your mic
Yeah,
on.
get the mic over here. How to go, boys? So hi, everybody.
I embarrassed you,
Oh, how did you do that?
and not by something I did.
Uh-oh. Oh, so.
Well, I'll just do it again.
Uh-oh.
That one. Not that one. This one.
Okay, you ready?
Hey, Ron, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's night you. Yes.
I never knew you liked the Broadway table.
Thanks, Joseph. I don't know what you all smoke, but it's nice to hear it anyway. Holy. My holy night? The silent night?
What? The curtains? She's got huge tracts of land. But my favorite is Tim the Sorcerer. He'll slit you up a treat, mate. He's got huge fangs. Look at the bones. That's my favorite bit. Look at the bones.
Yeah. Shut up, Lisa singing. That was unready to be viewed, but okay.
Well, that was just you singing. Oh, I showed the whole intro.
Yeah, I know you did.
No.
You went through the characters and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I'm doing spoilers.
Oh, don't do too many spoilers.
Too many spoilers. It's scene 1, and I haven't even shown all that. I just showed a couple of the characters show up. Smokey and Mom starting.
A terrible German accent.
So yeah, this.
Schmoke, it is almost Christmas. Have you decided what you want this year?
No.
We just want to make you happy, son.
Sure. I just can't think of anything right now.
Now, Smokey, whatever is the matter? You've been moping for weeks.
Yeah, ever since the story of the Black Mamba broke, you have been unusually quiet.
There, that's enough of the sneak peeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
it too.
Oh, are you still doing it?
Yeah, somebody said, Anthony, you are the one thing we can say for sure is you are the lucky one in your marriage.
Well, it was not. Oh, 32 degrees. Oh, that is very chilly. What the heck?
Australia got a cold wave.
They sure did. That's
least parts of it.
quite chilly.
Hey, aren't you supposed to say something here? Somebody said, I'm the lucky one in the marriage.
Oh, and I was supposed to refute that or what?
I thought you were supposed to say it was mutual luck.
Oh, it is. He's my soulmate. So anyway, Artie, I'm doing
Like
holidays.
she has a soul.
I'm doing holidays around the world with my social studies class. So, of course, we have Australia. And so I thought, well, this will be fun. I Googled some Australian Christmas songs. And right away got 6 white boomers. Ah! What a song! You need to look it up. It's hilarious.
Hey, Gary Creepy 013 is here.
Is that a favorite, Artie? And the other Aussies that are in?
We got a few Aussies here.
I know we do. So 6 white boomers.
Well, I don't know. You let one Aussie in and all of a sudden there's a bunch of them.
Is it true?
They breed like kangaroos.
I go respond.
And they're like boomerangs. You throw them out and they come back. How many more good Aussie jokes can we get in? Aussie, Aussie, whatever you want. Waltzin' Matilda, waltzin' Matilda. Joyce has all the good qualities of a loving wife. Yes, when she's a loving wife.
Reindeers, but it's too hot.
Oh.
It's like, it's 6 white
Oh, you can't
boomers.
play that on there. It might get a...
Yeah, nobody's hearing it.
These things pick up more than you think.
Okay. Anyway, it's It's terribly cute. My kid's got a real hoot on.
Let's stare stick. Boom, boom. Think I'm here all week. Try the veal.
Yeah.
Well, it was 1 below Celsius here when I started my car today, but that was 5 a.m. No, that was 5:50 a.m.
Yeah, but at least it's winter.
Yeah, but it is winter here, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not.
Speaking of which, we got to get the Christmas stuff out. We got to move the furniture, and I got to paint those holes now.
Yeah.
So are we going tonight?
I think it'd be awfully good.
What would be
Anthony's
awfully
filter has been activated. How so, Michael? She's still married to you. Well, it is a mutual thing, you know, John. If I didn't like him, I'd send him back and. Let's face it, I'm crazy enough too, so we get on just fine.
good? Usually.
Most of the time, isn't it?
As long as I'm not coaching her to do a German accent, we get along great.
Oh, it's
It's when I'm trying to
hard.
get her to do voices or sing, then
It's hard.
the divorce papers start coming out. Honey, you're singing that wrong. I mean, for example, all of you go, Joyce, you sang Silent Night so beautifully, and she did. But she also sung it on acid in case you missed it. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
Apparently a little fast there.
Just a little fast.
Quite feeling it. I was in a hurry.
Honey, can we get this done? Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all
Hey,
is
Ted,
bright.
everybody else takes too long to sing that song.
Yeah. Okay, you guys all know the song Gata de Vida? Original version, 19 minutes long. She does it in 6 minutes 30. And I got it, Vida, honey. Don't you know that I love you?
you.
Skip the damn chords. I want this done. Yeah.
Still one of the funniest stuff.
Oh, yeah, The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons, when Bart changes the music out to Inagata Vida. 19 minutes and 23 seconds later. Oh, won't you come with me?
And that organist never notices. I mean, it's just funny. 1 million views 14 years ago. We'll get 2 more.
Well, that ain't happening to anything I do.
Yeah.
Even after 13 years, nothing's going to have that many views.
6 white movers.
I did temporarily go up to 974, but I started with a rant, so I assume I'll be down below 970 when we're done
Oh,
today.
Damn kids, huh?
Well, here's what really did. All right,
I stuffed these.
we had 2 riots at school today.
Yeah,
Okay.
awful.
Then I had to attend a manifest meeting,
Shit, I rolled them.
which she did 7th period, and then walks into my class as the bell is ringing, and I'm trying to leave. It says I need you to sign all this paper, and then she proceeds to have the meeting with me, and I'm like, I've got to go home.
Shoot.
I've got to go home.
That's not nice.
So I come running in. I set this all up. Fortunately, I did set the
You
trains up
didn't
last night.
respond to my
So I set
text.
this all up, and just as I go to OBS and start greeting everybody, guess what happens?
Crap.
McAfee virus says, "Oh, we're shutting your cameras down while we do
an update. Oh.
I didn't tell you could do this. It didn't even update. It was a security check. So it shut all the internet down.
Oh.
So I had to turn everything off, shut the McAfee
You
down,
message somebody to tell
and then
everybody
reboot.
else?
I had to reboot the computer.
Yikes.
Yeah, it shut all the cameras off.
Okay, Randall, you did not get my version of that. I'm just saying. I don't know where the heck you found a 3-minute version.
All they
of
could have
that.
done for the single. No, the actual unedited version on the original album is like 17 minutes and 23.
Lindy in
But the
here,
concert
sweetheart.
version is 19 minutes. Lindy was here. Well, if you remember, wait, did he do that? Yeah, Rusty Twanger did Inagata.
Yeah,
He did it to the tune of El Paso.
but
Inagata Vida, my darling, don't you know I'll always be true? Inagata Vida, my darling. Don't you know that I love you?
Is Dr. Zayas trying to enter the stream?
Yeah, it was
You
Dr.
could've blamed
Zayas.
it on that. Totally Dr.
No, I
Zayas'
blame
fault.
Heath.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
like to watch Heath streams now more than ever because
I
every time
still
something goes
think-
wrong, I'm like, Dr. Zayas was
I
right.
still think he needs to have the ghost on one of his live streams.
How do I get the ghost on a live stream? Trust me, I actually have the ghost on a live stream.
Hey.
Yeah, on the live stream. Hang on, everybody, watch these streams real quick. Okay, it's the ghost. I could have the ghost take over a live
Oh,
stream.
just have him invite you on one of his live streams and then put your white shirt on it, Shay. And then tell him, you know.
Oh, do a live stream hosted by the Ghost of 2015?
No, I'm saying go on Heath's thing as the ghost of 2015.
No, I want to go on Heath's stream as Dr. Zayas. Heath, if you're out there, I want to be on your stream as Dr. Zayas.
Yep. You know, the 60
Do you mind?
CD
Excuse me.
is 3 minutes long. That's crazy. Well, Google it, buddy, and it really is 19 minutes long. They just cut out a lot of the organ.
Yeah, but they did release a single version that had to be under 5 minutes or whatever. So yeah, if you've got 3 minutes, you got the real edited version. Yeah, is the album around here, or is it in that one box?
I don't know.
Let's see how long my version on here is. Do I have it and it got a beat on here?
Rock me, Dr. Zayas.
Rock me, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas.
Dr. Zayas.
Yeah, Simpsons, stop the Planet of the Apes, I want to get off. If you want something funny. Yeah, the original, yeah, but I'm saying, it's like a 17-minute song on the album, and the live version is like 19 minutes something.
Okay, yeah, it's just got to be suitable for 4th grade. Anyway, we're kind of moving on. My project, they all have 4 countries that they're doing, and then they're in groups that they might be figuring out.
Well, keep them busy, talk to them, read the chat, so
And they
I can
have
look something up
to,
real quick.
they have to pick their, they have to together pick their favorite country, and then graphically show it, give it to the rest of the class, so they can make pictures, they can, do a rap, which they thought was funny. 12 days of Australia Christmas, something like that. So anyway, you were just in the first series.
Yeah, hang on.
In Greenland and Hansa, which is not a country, but I didn't write it. Took me 4 hours to put it all together.
Where is it? There we go.
You got it in there?
And I got it a Vita, Iron Butterfly, 17 minutes and 2 seconds. There we go. All right, that's got you. Right, that one. Okay. All right, Chris, good night. No, we kept you up past your bedtime.
Alright, Chris, take care.
Well, again, because Thomas from Split Rock was giving me a little grief about all the yelling in that video. And I'm like, that was the plot of the video. There was a lot of yelling because the Ghost of 2015, who's normally the quieter, calmer, easygoing one, was pissed about being in hell for 18 months or 19 months, however long he was not. I didn't do a show. So he was a mad little ghost, a little bit of a polter ghost.
And then the world, humanity had ended, so that kind of ticked him off too. Who's hating robots?
But I'll tell you, just to mess around with, I personally love the interplay between, if you really watch, because that had to be done in single, you could not layer that. I had to film Dr. Zayas, but I couldn't just film in slight little segments. The whole thing had to be done as interplay between the 3, and the timing had to be right. So when I'm talking to Dr. Zayas, there was no cut editing there. I had to play off of it. I had to nail the lines. If I messed up the line. I had to refilm the whole 5-minute segment of me interacting with the doctor.
He's been busy.
So that doctor, I mean, if you pay attention, like when I turn around and yell at the Ghost of 2015, watch Dr. Zayas. Go back and watch it again. Every time I turn around and yell and go, what? Dr. Zayas is like, whoop. Everything was timed, so it was really cool. And when I come back, now answer my question. Okay. Well, you see, the problem was that Heath Hurwitz, a long time ago, we are trying to find. And he's always talking with his fingers too. That pass. Where's that red button? Yeah, now see, the thing with Crazy Train is people say, oh, you should do that one. And first of all, every time I do a song, somebody says, hey, do this song. And you can suggest them, but I probably won't do that one because it just comes out of random blue. I'm listening to headphones and songs, and okay, that's fine. Like I said, we've got 4 songs to record, but somebody is too busy and comes home from work late, and then we do dinner, and then she's got papers and stuff to grade, and I'm like...
Bigger issues is that my throat is not...
And
I don't have a great voice in the evening.
Yeah, you can hear Froggy talking right now.
Right.
All right, Mark, take care. You got to get up.
Good luck. Have fun.
Oh, somebody else is catching a flight.
Stay safe.
All right, stay safe. I'd like to be. Somebody was on a flight to Munich. Oh, that was Damien Laffer. Or Laffer, if that's how you pronounce it.
Nice.
Lucky.
No Christmas market.
No Christmas markets there. Well, apparently he didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, he can go north.
Yeah, well, somebody said Nuremberg said to hell with them was doing it anyhow, but the state said no Christmas market, so I don't know how Nuremberg's getting away with it. But Frankfurt's doing it. Dresden has their big tree up. Dresden. See, I'm an American. I keep saying Dresden. It's Dresden.
Okay.
Hey, Philip Page! Good evening to you, sir. Welcome
All right,
in
we'll
to
look
the House
those
of
up later.
Insanity
Thank
today.
you.
Well, I want to make sure the link works, and I will open it up. Yeah. Why that link's not working, I don't know. Every time somebody puts a link in, and I try to open it, it doesn't do it. So, yeah, I just click open link. Now I'm trying to do copy link. Let me see if it works that way. Nope, link's not working for me. I don't know what it is, but that's why I wanted to check it. Because every now and then they don't work.
Get a fine string instead of ribbon for this.
And someone said Andy is here. Someone said Andy says hi. How are you doing, Joyce?
Hi.
Now was that a reply to hello, or was that a reply to how are you doing?
Oh, definitely just hello.
Definitely just hello, no hi.
Yeah, no hi.
You didn't answer my question, I don't think.
Which question was that?
Are we going to Lowe's tonight to get paint?
Might be a time saver to go get it.
Yeah.
'Cause tomorrow I've got get my brows done. I got
Oh God, you're gonna be gone all day tomorrow again.
my brother, and I want to grocery shop somewhere in there.
So when are you gonna be around to help me?
You know.
If I'm painting, I would assume we're both painting.
That's fine. I'm happy to help.
Oh, that's right. Andy did give you a shout out on the video. I forgot about that.
Nice.
Not us.
Yeah. but
To
nice.
Randall.
I think it's nice when everybody.
All right, Andrew
everybody
T,
helps
take
each other
care.
out.
Yes, they do make them. Miraklin actually has them in kits. Not individually, but like you buy a car. Like Miraklin released a comic book bit, so they had HO figures of all the DC comic characters. So they had Aquaman, Batman, and all that. So yes, you can find them. Sandra T, good night.
Hi. Old Mac EMU. Indian
Old man EMU, Emu.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was the? I don't even know if he was truly Australian, but there was the one character, comedian
Right.
back in the '70s, Rob something in his Emu.
I think it was Ron.
Ron, something like that. I don't remember. Hey, any of our fellow cultural geeksters out there? Who was the stand-up comedian that
comedian
had
with the
the
emu.
puppet emu, the emu, whatever? And well, that's good. We like to make people smile, don't we?
Yes, we do.
That's right.
Right. Right on. Woohoo.
See, as soon as we turn this camera off, we'll go upstairs and sit in the living room, and she'll stare at me and go, "I've got to tell you about my day today. Oh my God! Oh!" And while she's grading the papers, "Oh my God! I might as well just throw these away. It's not worth grading." Oh God! And
I'm making them read.
and then today I'll be looking at her and go, "Yeah, tell me about your bad day. I get to tell you about two riots."
No, I'm not gonna compete at all.
Rod Hull, there we go. That was right. Rod Hull and his emu.
Okay.
Back when comedians had some uniqueness to them.
So you're not unique anymore?
Artie wants a Wonder Woman figure for his layout. Oh, honey, I would get my subscribers over 1,000 real quick if you dressed as Wonder Woman. I'd be over the top. Quickly. I said, I hit a new high today. Hey, Roy, how are you? Roy, I don't know if you heard me on one of my last chats I typed. I had a brain fart. I know, shocking. And I lost the picture you sent me. Actually, I didn't lose it. I accidentally destroyed it.
He's a deleter.
So I lost yours, and Jason sent me a picture of his son, Train Freak Jr., wearing a cowboy hat to be my new Smokey. And I accidentally destroyed both of those. I found everybody else, but those two I've lost. Just wait till I see what I do to Jean Ricard.
He's really asked for it.
And I've got Chris, and who else do I have? Randall says he was going to send me one, but I don't think he sent it yet. Oh, Kieran blessed you, I guess, for your sneeze.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, maybe he just
It's
thought I
too
needed a
late.
blessing.
She may have been a Catholic schoolgirl, but no.
Ooh.
I already have Wonder Woman layout. Where? He said on my layout. He didn't say sitting next to me. He said on my layout.
You got yourself a Wonder Woman? H.O.
Somebody's asking, do we like quizzes? Do we like quizzes?
Like what?
Well, quizzes. I assume he just means,
Is that a quiz?
or is it Quiz-EZ? Is it a website? Quiz-EZ. If it is, I don't know it, so I can't say I like it or not.
Thank you.
Or is it this one? Quizzes, the world's most engaging learning platform.
Oh,
So maybe that's the one. he means. I apologize. No, it's one I'm not familiar with, so apologies.
Yeah, I'm not either. I know Quizlet.
Yeah, you do that one.
I've got kinds of sites I use.
It's kind of hard to do it in the German I teach. But yeah, but she's not on my layout, Jean Ricard. She's sitting next to me. She's not on my layout. If she were on my layout, she wouldn't be Wonder Woman. She'd be getting yelled at. Get off my layout, woman! What are you doing up there?
Queen Kong.
Say what?
Queen Kong.
Queen Kong. Godzilla! Look! It's Godzilla! Run! The whole village is in danger!
You could have a lot of invisible men if you really wanted, Artie.
The ICE-4 is doing just fine. He's doing awesome. I'm loving him. The thing that's really got me is I love the pantographs going up and down on him digitally. That's awesome. And then I love the light. The light, the interior lighting, and just how crisp the printing is. Even the fine print stuff is so colorful and bright. Hey, Luma's back. I've got lots of invisible men on mine. They breed like kangaroos. Jean Ricard. I'm going to sing again, Jean Ricard. I told you, you give me grief, I sing. I'll do Ronnie Desmond, and if anybody in here gets the Ronnie Desmond reference, consider yourself awesome. There's a hope Randall might get it, maybe Roy, I don't know who else. Ronnie Desmond. I will start singing Ronnie Desmond!
That sounded like Sparky.
Sparky?
Smoky.
Smoky.
Smoky. I'll make some up.
I'm going to wait a few seconds to see if some of you are Googling who's Ronnie Desmond. I wonder if it would come up on Google.
Du liegst mir im Herzen, du liegst mir im Sinn.
I told you, Jean Ricard, I can hit harder than you can hit. You pacified Viking, you. You can't raid and attack monasteries in Ireland and England anymore, so now you're all passive-aggressively mocking Americans.
That's not hard.
I'm going to do a quick Google and see if it comes up. I don't know which way they spelled it. I'll spell it with a Y this time because I have a hunch that's how they wrote it.
Phone seems to know who you're looking for.
What? Who did?
I said your phone seems to know who
Yep.
you're looking for. Puberty love.
Puberty love. Yes, Gary, nice job. Nice job. From the movie Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. His singing was what saved the earth from the killer tomatoes. It caused the tomatoes to die.
Oh, sort of like Mars Attack.
No. Well, yeah.
That was singing that.
Yeah, they stole that. Yeah, that whole
Yeah.
Slim Whitman like bit.
Right.
Except that was really Slim Whitman.
Yeah. Was and his high notes.
Oh, this poor dude, look at him. Ron Desmond, real estate investor. That poor sucker, his parents named him Ron Desmond. The shit he must have gone through in school.
Well, we heard that name somewhere and we liked it.
Hey, that's what Mark liked our comment. Ooh. have I hit a new high? Or like I said, I fully expect to lose a few people today. Let's see if we hit a new high. Nope, gained one, lost one.
974.
I mean, I'd say, but
This
the
says-
person who made it 974 had somebody else after him, so somebody joined and quit already. Don't let the door hit you in the ass, you know.
Well, Anthony's house, they all just yelled at each other.
How's that?
He says, how did we survive before Google? I said, at your household, everybody just yelled at each other.
Yeah, but when we were yelling at each other growing up, that wasn't information being shared.
Oh, you guys argued about
Everything.
Who started this? Who made that? What country did that come from? It was just anything and everything.
Yeah, we
Fight,
fought and
fight,
argued
fight,
over
fight,
everything.
fight.
If you could get past the yelling, you could learn things. Imagine how much I would have known about plumbing and electrical work and such if my dad wasn't a screamer and a yeller all the time. Please admit to these people that I am much, much calmer and controlled than the rest of my family.
He is.
Yeah, that was things like.
Sorry, I'm yawning. Yes, he is. I married the sane one.
The white sheep of the family.
Yeah. How long did that take before those? Ay.
Tell me about it. I was just telling them it took me 4 hours to edit 5 minutes of
know.
show last night. And they're like, oh, that's about right. An hour a minute. I'm like, no, I usually did it. Could do the whole 18-minute episode took an hour to 2 hours at most. You know, I'd sit there Sunday night and put it all together. All right, apparently you need to go to bed. That, or you need to remember to breathe more often.
What's this to a post turtle?
A post turtle.
What's this a post turtle?
Was ist ein Post turtle?
Thank you, Joseph.
Was ist ein Postschildkröte? Das verstehe ich nicht.
Ja. Ist da. Really, go chasing ladies.
It's not what we know, it's how old we are. I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now.
Oh, jeez. No, really, Artie, you just don't know. You just don't know what that was like.
Yeah.
Really opened my eyes. I came from a very non-confrontational family.
We
So
came
it
from
was-
polar opposite
it was
families.
Shocking.
Her family were you walk into their house and they all had halos.
We mostly got along.
I was at an out-of-town college, and I would come into town after I met Joyce and started dating Joyce. I would come into town and immediately go to her house. And my dad would yell at me when he saw me, "Why is it you never stay around house? How is it as soon as you come in the house, you're always gone?" Gee, Dad, I wonder why.
Andrew, yeah, we're like just a little over 21.
Just a little. 21 with 27 years experience. 37 years experience. 21 with 37 years experience. You are...
No more ladies outside?
Oh, for goodness sakes.
I know.
Breathe. Breathe, woman. Breathe. Man.
Yeah, we've been legal for a long time. Heck, our kids are all over 21.
Our youngest is 26.
Yep.
Yeah, our baby is 26.
Yep. I could not hold this one back.
Tell him.
He's a
No,
singer.
go ahead. Tell him. Do it for him.
He
Do it for him.
just can't sing in public.
Do
but
it for them.
He's a singer. He's so good.
Do it
no,
for
you're
them.
not good. You have such joy in singing. I wouldn't ever dream of suppressing that.
No, they asked you to tell me, so tell me. All right, Ian, take care. Thanks for stopping in. No, just go ahead and say it.
Stop singing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can tell me to stop singing all you want. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
She can tell me all she wants.
It's in his soul. It's just absolutely criminal that he has a lousy voice.
Because A, I write good lyrics.
Yeah, he does.
I have written songs. I just
Yeah.
can't sing them. And I don't know how to play an instrument to play them, but I've written great songs. Just never knew a rock and roll band or even a country band to get 'em.
Lehigh River Subdivision.
Ask her about all the poems and songs I wrote for her.
He's a good writer.
I'd give Roger Waters, Pete Townsend, John Lennon a run for their money.
Sure. Yeah, 3 in a row, now 4. Woohoo! Look at them all across.
Trust me, every single video I sang on, she was asked.
I don't feel all of them.
The songs I sing on is because a certain perfect angel, as you all seem to see her as, said,
No, I'm not singing.
and then after I did 2 songs where I publicly embarrassed myself, but I felt the humor in the lyrics needed to be out there, then she walks up to me, honey, I'll sing for you now. She let me go out there, she let me put myself out there, take all the mockery, all the mean emails I got about dude who told you you could sing. And trust me, I know what my voice sounds like. I know
Stop
tape
you.
recorders.
I couldn't stop you.
I have had plenty of friends record me when I was joke singing. Like when I do my Cat Stevens impersonations. Or my Bob Dylan impersonations. Well, the times they are a-changing. Was that close? It was just
I'm not too bad.
Well, the times they are... I'm as good a singer as Marcel Marceau, yes. But I get out of boxes better than he does.
That's true. Yeah, they didn't stay a lot of time. I just went out there shopping today.
Bob Dylan in kindergarten. Teacher, I need some glue. I don't want to take a nap. I forgot my milk money. Teacher, Mom, my diaper needs a changing. What now?
Well, it's not all that altruistic, Sean. I need my space too. Oh. Is that equating to you singing?
Maybe. No, my dad raced cars. My dad raced on what eventually would have been considered the minor leagues of NASCAR. But my dad raced cars and motorcycles in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah. Which he wanted to keep doing and ended up marrying instead.
He wanted to keep racing. He even raced when my first 2 sisters were born. He didn't stop officially racing cars until I was born. But my dad raced. He did the illegal circuits. He did drag racing. He used to, the few times I enjoyed listening to my dad's stories, he would talk about the times that they would go drag racing, and then the cops would show up, and then they would race away from the cops. In fact, that was one of the reasons, even though my dad worked for my mom's father, that's how they met. My dad worked for my mom's father. My dad didn't really like, my grandfather did not like my dad because my dad hung around with his sons and considered my dad a bad influence on his sons.
Car racing.
He thought his sons were good Christian men, and my dad was, with all the running around chasing women and racing cars, was a bad influence. But my dad was a great worker, so he didn't have a reason to fire him. But he did fire him when my dad said, "Hi, I'd like to marry your daughter." And my grandfather said, "How are you going to support her?" And my dad said, "I work for you." And my grandpa said, "No, you don't."
Not anymore.
So it was one thing, but yeah.
What a jerk.
And the thing is, my dad says it was my mom's brothers, my Uncle George and oh crap, I'm gonna forget other names. It was George, Chuck, Uncle George, Uncle Jim. Yeah. That they were pretty wild on their own, and my dad just went along for the good time, but they were just as already corrupted. What's that? Carlbergs? Is my mother still alive? Yes. My father died in 2014. My mother is still alive. My father was 9 years older than my mom. Yeah, because the funny thing is, we're Dodges, but my dad pissed off his dad, my other grandfather, because my dad always drove Fords. And if there's one car you don't drive in the Dodge family, it's a Ford. Because the Dodge family hates Ford. What are you sorry for?
It's a crazy family.
No, well, Jean Ricard asked him, my mom was still alive.
Yeah.
And then 156
Yeah,
Andrew said, sorry. Oh, sorry, Anthony.
Yeah,
No, I think
it was
that's...
because you were saying your dad got fired. You know that kind of stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
That
Well,
story. I don't know. It's
they
a
laughed
silly
about it
story.
later.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, stock car racing. That's why it was called stock car racing. It had to have an engine that would have come at the factory.
No, she doesn't.
I don't know if she does or doesn't, John, and I really don't care. Okay, work all night and sleep
See,
all
I
night.
had all kinds of other lumberjacks with me today, so I sang that song all day long. Oh, Dodges are expensive, and I'll see.
Well, the thing is, Chrysler took things down there, and Chrysler released some of the Dodges. Because originally, Dodge, even to this day, under Chrysler, Dodge has its own banner, where Dodge has its own design engineers. So occasionally, Dodge would make a car, like Dodge had the Challenger, and then you had the Plymouth version of it, which was sometimes called the Plymouth Barracuda, the Cuda. But that was rare. Like when Dodge had the Charger, Chrysler and Plymouth were not allowed to make their versions of it. They made similar things on the basic body, but the Dodge Charger was unique to Dodge. And Dodge was always very much like that. There are certain cars that they're the same car between Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth, but then there are cars that are strictly Dodges. Because Dodge, still to this day, under Chrysler, although Plymouth is now gone, Dodge has a separate engineering group, and They will design their own cars. That's why you had a Dodge Viper and not the Chrysler Viper. But when they went to Australia, Chrysler took the names off of some Dodge cars and put them on cars. Like there is a Chrysler Charger in Australia that came out in the late 60s, early 70s. But that is not the true Charger. That was a Dodge Dart, and they put the Charger name on it.
So, yeah, Artie, that's true. The Dodge brothers worked for Henry Ford.
Yeah, although, again, you say if it weren't for Henry Ford, the Dodge brothers wouldn't be here. That's right. The thing is, we were already engineers. We were already mechanical engineers, and we're building our own things. But we went to work with Henry Ford because he needed help and hired us. And so, although there's the famous story, which is true, it's 100% true, they started arguing with him over things because he was trying to do things sort of crappy, and the two Dodge brothers said, dude, you need to do this better. And he said, direct quote, if you sons of bitches think you can build a better car than me, go build your own damn company. A year later, Dodge Brothers Automobiles came out. So Dodge Brother Automobiles started, and they were, there was a 2-year period where they actually outsold Ford. And they made so much money that the Chrysler family came in and bought them out. Joseph, what's going on with the Browns? Well, first of all, their defensive coordinator is needed fired since game 1 of last year. Joe Woods is a horrible defensive coordinator. But the offense, this is the problem I feared. And I made the mistake of getting my hopes up after the season last year. Kevin Stefanski is not a great coach. He's got the reputation as a great offensive mind. But I watched the Minnesota Vikings on top of the Browns. Minnesota Vikings were always kind of like my second favorite team. And the Browns offense is doing exactly what it did in Minnesota, which is why Minnesota was constantly 8-8 and 7-9, because he's got one offense, and if he meets a defense, it'll work. But then, if he meets a defense that shuts it down, he can't adjust. Now Baker's injured, and everybody's hating on Baker, but our offensive line is garbage, and the play calling is just idiotic. The play calling is just Kevin Stefanski needs to let somebody else call the plays because he's doing exactly what he did as the offensive play caller in Minnesota. So that's what's wrong with him.
Hi,
Yes, Joyce is tired. All right, Kieran, take care. We got to log off. It is 6 o'clock. We already went 20 minutes longer than I planned on it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
Doing for dinner.
But, hey, we get on that. We got to do dinner. There is leftover pizza.
There is. I didn't want to do that.
It sounds good.
Okay.
But I didn't know if you wanted to do that or we could save that for tomorrow and
There's my lunch.
get something on the road if you're going to make me go out. All right. So anyhow, everybody, we do need to call it a day here. It is 6 o'clock. I've run longer than planned again. Actually, I should let the Railjet get off the... I accidentally turned somebody's sound on.
Yeah.
I just want to let the Railjet... I don't like leaving a cart up on the incline. All right, so anyhow, we've got to go. And
Thank you.
so yeah, and Joyce needs to just be put in bed. But again, I'm not sorry if I offended people at the beginning of my live stream with my rant, but I did have a rant. Sorry, just weird things happen, and I had it controlled until the virus decided to shut my live stream down right after starting it, and that was like, okay, I need to blow my temper a bit. So all of you, once again, thanks for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you all back next week on Friday, and I'm hoping I will have a Big Gulch Christmas special in the tank ready to go. So from the lumberjack behind me, I'm going to say Auf Wiedersehen, Tschüss, happy trains, and I'm a lumberjackin'. I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. Sleeps all night and he works all day. I chop down trees, I sing and dance. I love to press wildflowers. On Wednesday I go shopping.